Hi. Hi. Welcome to my channel. I'm Judy. I haven't done art consistently for some time, but I'm excited to get back into it, learn from the process, and share what I end up doing with you all. I'm going to try a lot of things and hopefully get better every time I practice. For this video, I'm painting the cityscape from Sailor Moon Cosmos and the Catbus from Studio Ghibli's Totoro. We'll see how it goes. I'm using Holbein gouache. I'm referencing a movie poster, and the colors are so saturated. I think using a high quality, very pigmented paint would go a long way. Starting with the blues, I'm doing a wash with a lot of water to quickly fill up the space with something. For me, that helps with feeling like there's been some progress. I'm still a beginner with this medium, so I'm trying to figure it out as I go and share what I was thinking or how I felt. I simplify my references a lot, and those interpretations let me paint pretty loosely. I'm not trying to match the reference entirely. No, I'd be here for a while if I painted every building I saw in the exact place they belong. I'm looking for a way to imply all of that detail and abstract it. At the end of the day, buildings can be simplified into similar shapes. Only similar because we'll have to vary the length with height of these shapes to make the cityscape more convincing, I guess. Especially with the perspective, at least all of those dimensions have to get smaller as we go further to the horizon. Anyone seen a Sailor Moon movie recently? I watched one last year. There was so much I did not remember. Chibiusa has a crush on Mamoru.
I want to be big, a tall and beautiful woman. Then Mamo-chan will see me as a grown-up. Fat chance. Don't forget he's your future dad.
Can we please just go to sleep?
I mean, I totally forgot he was her future dad too. I may watch this coming movie and see what else goes on. There's this part coming up where I just very clearly had the wrong color and was like, never mind. I ended up using only flat brushes for this painting. In general, I prefer those brushes because they are so versatile. I can paint larger areas, but also do finer lines with the side of the brush, or even little dots with the corner. Later in the painting, you'll see me use my flat brush for the stars. Also, I get really lazy about changing brushes. I don't know, it's like a whole interruption for me. Refilling paint can be like that too. I'll have to drop the brush, pick up a tube, open it, close it, pick up the brush. I do have the patience for that since there are things I like about using fresh paint. I don't have anything airtight to store the paint, and I haven't really worked out how much water I really need to reactivate dried gouache on my palette without going too far. I'm seeing the more water I use to reactivate old paint, the less opaque it gets. And when it's so watery and translucent, applying it to the painting seems to move the dried gouache underneath a little. I got the perspective of the main building wrong, so I'm fixing that. Maybe earlier I almost had it, but it got really lost after some layers. Oh, this is my favorite part of the painting. The yellow lights make a huge difference for me and turn our little boxes into buildings. I think it makes the city look alive. Now with the little stars, I realized the cyan in the sky resembles clumps of stars, so I'll be blending the little stars into the skyline. And this is Tokyo Tower. Mixed a bit of white with the red to make the paint more opaque. Gotta add these shooting stars, and they are so cute because they're green, blue, and pink. Like, are those the Powerpuff Girls flying? I forgot the iconic light bubbles, so I got those in, and done. I found my pencil for the next one, but tragically it was at the end of its life. Lead wasn't coming out of it, so RIP, this pink pencil that got me through school and stuff. Thankfully there were more in the apartment and I was able to draw everything out. Now I'm painting the Catbus from Totoro, since that's one of my best friend's daughter's favorites from Studio Ghibli. I really want to impress this toddler, so I have to do everything in my power. But it's so hard. I don't know if I even have the right colors, and it took me 30 minutes to get to this part. I remember thinking, like, how could this ever come together? Super different from the first painting where I felt more productive. I was already thinking I was never going to do a Ghibli study again. But really the first color in this one was the hardest, since the remaining colors could be decided relative to the first and things would be okay-ish. Don't know if this paint by number strategy is it. Don't know if that's what I should be doing, but I'm open to other approaches next time. I do struggle with the color changing as paint dries. When you have it down, you think that's fine, but it dries and you're like, oh no, or vice versa. I'll work on adjusting to that. Since it makes me really unsure about color matching, even when I'm just trying to mix more of a color I already put down, I've had to go over sections multiple times. The only color study I did in college was this Archie comic scene. In the one on the right, we weren't allowed to mix white. And the Ghibli reference is at another level, with the Catbus eyes that add another light source on top of what's already there. So not only do I have to pay attention to colors here, but I also need to care about values. The lights even overlap and have a section that should be the brightest. Hopefully that's clear in my painting as well. If I were to do this again, I'd have like a piece of paper to test the color on first. Here, I'm just testing as I go. I'd probably also have the reference printed out or something, same way I did the Archie comic exercise, just to be able to look at the colors side by side. I think I drew the girls a bit shorter than they should be. It was wild to me how tall Totoro was when I first saw this movie. Sorry, bit of a tangent. My cousin gave me a stuffed Totoro when I was a kid, and it was like 2 or 3 feet tall. But I finally saw the movie and was somehow surprised he was huge. I guess in the world of stuffed animals, my Totoro was relatively huge, so I should have known. But yeah, my proportions in the painting are a little off, though I was also trying to squeeze all of the screen cap in here since the dimensions of my paper don't quite match. Maybe I should be cropping instead. It's interesting to look back as I do the voiceover and remember the steps I took and see what I would do similarly or change. Okay, the outlining is so satisfying. Here is where I find out he has 5 claws, not 4, but we'll ignore that. I just drew over it for now. With everything mostly filled in, the outline actually puts the characters together. Sure, the colors were set, but without the outline, it was not gonna work. This was my light at the end of the tunnel moment. Myself at the 30-minute mark was working towards this. I just had to believe. Since I could imagine it coming together, now I'm thinking I would love to do another Ghibli study. I took a break, and you can tell with the lighting, it's another day. Doing some cleanup and coloring the grass. Should I do a Ghibli landscape? Those are so pretty, and I did enjoy painting the grass. I have some jelly gouache to try out, and I've seen some great videos on Ghibli studies. Let me know. Just a lot of final touches. More final touches. And done. So painting with gouache is not easy, but that's okay. I'm here to practice to get more confident. But these two, I'm pretty happy about. The colors here are so vibrant, and the light here is so cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'll put out another one pretty soon. Honestly, my 2016 laptop is full of footage. I don't have any more space. It's like hours of painting for like 1-minute time lapses. That's okay. I'll probably get like an external drive or something. All right, hope to see you again. Bye.